नमस्कार विद्यार्थियों। अगर आपको नाटा परीक्षा में सफलता प्राप्त करनी है तो आपको चित्रकला में पारंगत होना ही पड़ेगा। Welcome to 2021. There is no drawing part in NATA. CAOA has decided to take out the drawing part altogether. So इस साल नाटा का जो ड्राइंग पार्ट है वो तो
खत्म। बाय बाय, टाटा, गुड बाय, गया।
Hi, NATA 2021 has changed completely. You must have heard about it. The syllabus has changed, the question type has changed, the schedule of the questions, well, they have not given the schedule of the questions yet. In this video, I am going to talk to you about my analysis and my study of the syllabus and the question type. My name is Ajinkya Harshe. I am the Chief Mentor of ARH Design Academy. Let's begin. Let's begin with the questions. Council of Architecture in their NATA 2021 brochure has clearly stated that they will be using 4 different type of questions to test the architecture aptitude of the candidate. Now these 4 types are MCQ, MSQ, PTQ and NAQ. Before we get into the details of these questions, let me make few things clear. The questions will be of either 1 mark, 2 mark or 3 mark, and there are going to be a total 125 questions for 200 marks that you have to solve in 3 hours. There is one thing that they have not mentioned yet is how many questions are going to come for 1 mark, 2 marks or 3 marks. Now that out of the way, let's talk about the MCQ part first. MCQ question or multiple choice question is nothing new for you guys. You know the drill. Question is given, 4 options are given. Out of these 4, only one is correct and you have to select that one. I don't think I need to give you an example for this. So we are going to quickly shift to the MSQ or multiple select question. MSQ or multiple select question is a little different than the MCQ test section. In MCQ sections, out of the 4 questions, only one is correct. In MSQ, more than one options can be correct. So in some cases, all the options can be correct and you have to select all the right options. Only then you will get marks. Let me give you an example. Let's say for a MSQ questions, option B and C are correct. If you select ABC, it will be considered wrong. If you select BCD, wrong. If you select A, B, C, D, all 4 of them, still wrong. If B and C are correct and if you select B and C, then and then only it will be considered as a right answer. Let me give you a few examples. Now, the question says, which of the following buildings are designed by B.V. Doshi? The options are IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore, Aranya Low Cost Housing and LIC Building. Now we know that IIM Bangalore and Aranya Low Cost Housing are designed by B.V. Doshi. So if you select options B and C, then only your question will be considered right. If you select IIM Ahmedabad and Aranya Low Cost Housing, it will be considered wrong. If you select IIM Bangalore, Aranya Low Cost Housing and LIC Building, it will be considered wrong. For MSQ, please note that you have to select all the right answers. If you select more than the right answer or less than the right answer, you will not get any marks. Let's see another example. Which of the following are a pair of contrast colors? Options are green, red, blue, yellow, orange, blue and black, gray. We know that the pair of contrast colors are red and green and orange and blue. So you have to select only A and C. If you select A, B, C, it will be considered wrong. Last question. Which of the following are principles of design? Options given are symmetry, contrast, variety and rhythm. Now in this one, all of the options are right. So in this one, you have to select all of them. If you select only ABC or BCD or any other permutation combination, you will not get this question right. So this is some info about the MSQ part. Next type of question is numerical answer type questions or NAQ question. Now the question will be given to you and the answer of that question will be a numerical value. You will not be given any options in this, but you have to input the answer using a on-screen keyboard which will be on your screen. So this is the third type. And the fourth type is PTQ type question. PTQ type question or preferential type question is a little different from the question that we discussed, and that's why it is a little confusing as well. Now, the trick is not in the question, the trick is in the options. Depending on your cognitive ability, depending on your understanding of subjects, or your ability to discern different meanings, or maybe plain on your observational ability, all the options can be correct, but each option is given different marks. The question that was asked in NATA for 17 marks last year was as follows. You were given a visual, and out of that visual you were asked to identify how many number of faces can you see. This is a purely observational type of questions. If you can identify only 6 faces, then you will get certain marks. If you can identify 8, you will get more marks. If you can identify 9 faces, you will get 17 marks. And if you get 10 faces, then maybe you will not get any marks. So this was one preferential type of question. This was the first type of PTQ questions where you were given 4 options. Depending on your observational ability, all of them were correct, but the more faces you could observe, you could get higher marks. So that was the first type. Second type, and that was a very interesting type of questions. I will show you on the screen. You were given a visual and you were given a set of 15 to 16 words, and you were asked to identify 4 most prominent visual principles in that particular thing. For this type of questions, you need a very deep understanding, not learning, very deep understanding of principles and elements of design. If you look at the visual, there are so many words that can apply to that particular visual, but you had to select only 4, and the answer was also interesting. They had given you 6 options, which according to them most appropriate words to describe that particular visual. Let's say you are asked to select 4 options. If A, B, C, D is something that you select, and what they have marked as the right answer is B, C, D, E, F, G, 6 options, then because the intersection is only C and D, you would get or you did get 8 marks, because only 2 options were there. I don't think they are going to go into that much detail this year, but I just wanted to give you what PTQ type questions were there in NATA. What can happen this year? You could be asked to again have the observational type of questions, or you could also be asked questions or elements and principles of design, or similar type of questions can also come where you had to find the order, or you will be asked again, you will be given set of 4 or 6 words and you have to identify only 2 or only 1 or only 3. Again, because there is no sample paper yet for this year, I cannot really comment on that, but this is what I understand by PTQ type question. Alright, so we have seen the question types. Now let's look at the syllabus. Now in the brochure they have talked about the outline of aptitude part, and we can divide it into 2 major parts. First is the parameters or techniques on which they will be judging your aptitude for architecture. Number 1 is diagrammatic reasoning. Now this does not mean anything different than non-verbal ability, such as mirror image, water image, number of triangles, number of square, plan, elevation, side elevation type questions. Nothing new. So this is mostly observation based questions. The second they have given is numerical reasoning, means basic arithmetic questions such as average, clock, calendar, area, volume, permutation, combination, probability, heights and distances, profit loss, etc. Verbal reasoning means basic questions like direction sense, sitting arrangement, blood relations. This is not as same as verbal ability, but I'm still going to include the topics such as spellings, analogy, idioms, phrases, etc. Inductive reasoning, the word is new and might seem very fancy, but this is an old type of question. Generally, inductive reasoning is based on pattern recognition and ability to predict what will come next. So the type of question that can come are sequence series type question, but it can also include pie charts, diagrams, graph. Basically what you do in inductive reasoning type question is you study the given data, identify the pattern, and then you predict what might come next. The next one is logical reasoning. Again, this is previous type of question on series, sequence, odd man out, logical analogies, syllogism, etc. And the last one is abstract reasoning, which is general knowledge, ability to utilize knowledge in new situations. This again includes your general knowledge, the architecture aptitude part, you need to understand this. This is not the syllabus. These are the parameters on which your aptitude is going to be tested. The syllabus is actually this. The syllabus says basic concepts of mathematics, physics and chemistry. Here I am assuming basic concepts of physics and mathematics of 11th and 12th standard. Worst case scenario, you are anyways preparing for it. You need to just revise the basic concepts of geometry and construction though. Language and interpretation, as I said, it was the verbal reasoning part. So in this one you can have questions as theme detection, idioms, phrases, synonym, antonym along with spellings, etc. Elements and principle of design, aesthetic sensitivity and color theory. This is a very major topic. This is basically theory of design, plus there is no drawing based question this year. So you need to have a very deep understanding of various elements and principle of design. Please focus on this one, because they are not going to ask you to name principle and element of design. You will be given a little difficult type of or different type of questions where your understanding of the principles will be judged, or elements of design. Again, very important topic is color theory. Don't miss that at all. Then we have lateral thinking and logical thinking. Again, this is mental ability, non-verbal ability, verbal and logical thinking. I have discussed it earlier in the inductive reasoning part. Visual perception and cognition. This means this is somewhat related to Gestalt's principle, which involve understanding of how visuals work. So please go through Gestalt's principles, how illusion work, etc. Then next we have graphics, imagery, building anatomy and architectural vocabulary, basic techniques of building construction and material. This is the part about the architectural GK, both technical and general. I have actually made a video for JEE paper 2 explaining the same thing. If you have not watched that video, please go there. I have also given some of my study material for download there as well. So please go check that video out. I think it will help you in much better way. Then lastly, there is current affairs and general knowledge. Again, this is whatever is happening around you. This is to test that are you aware of the world around you or not type of questions. Don't worry about this part that much. There are so many apps, YouTube channels that will give you the general knowledge and current affair part. Go through it in the last 2 weeks. There is no need to fret about it. The last line of the syllabus paragraph is very interesting to me. That is, may not be limited to those outlined. This basically gives Council of Architecture the immunity on what type of questions and what they can ask in their NATA exam. The out of syllabus questions cannot be challenged anymore. You cannot ask them why is this question in the NATA paper, which is the architecture paper. So what I think of NATA 2021, I know that there are so many changes this year. The drawing part is gone, the question type is different, the number of questions is different. The syllabus, actually, let me tell you something. The syllabus hasn't really changed. It's just a panic in NATA aspirants this year that the syllabus has changed and we don't know what to study. Don't panic. If you take the syllabus of last year and if you take the syllabus of this year and you compare them, you analyze a little bit, you're gonna find that the core syllabus is the same. Only thing is they have put it differently. What they have done is they have given you the factors on which your aptitude is going to be checked, and the syllabus differently. That's the only change. Now, what to do at this point of time? I know that we don't have any official sample paper from NATA. We don't have any idea what type of questions are gonna come. But one thing that you can do is you can at least prepare on your side, and that's what my suggestions are going to be. Number one, focus extremely well on the theory of design part, that is that is elements of design, principles of design and color theory. 3 major topics. If you do them properly, no matter what type of question let them throw at you, you're gonna solve it. So don't worry, just develop a very deep understanding of those topics. Secondly, whatever notes or study material you have received from your friend or your classes or from your teachers, don't just depend on that. Obviously, you have to study them properly, but don't just depend on that. Go above it, go beyond it, try to search things by your own. The study material that any class can give you is never going to be enough for cracking all the questions. You have to search by your own beyond what the study material that is given to you. Third thing, focus on the mental ability. There are 4 pillars of mental ability. non-verbal ability, which is your diagrammatic part, the one with the diagrams. Second one is your arithmetic reasoning, basic mathematics here and there. Third one is your logical reasoning, a little bit of mental ability wala part. And fourth one is verbal ability, so little bit of English and all. If you study these three things, one theory of design, complete deep understanding. Second, your architecture aptitude part, but try to go as beyond as possible. And third, mental ability part. Now I have actually mailed them about if they can provide a sample paper or they can provide the schedule key, how many questions are come for 1 mark, 2 marks or 3 marks. If we receive that, we'll at least get some guideline. If not, I'm actually planning to do my own sample paper in the next video, so please stay tuned for that. I hope you like everything in this video. I hope I was able to explain things the way I wanted to. In the next video, I'm really planning to do a sample paper, so please stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching this video. Expect more.
Experience magic.